Hey guys, it's Robyn, your independent Scentsy consultant. Welcome back, welcome if you're new. I've got what I've been warming Wednesday today. So today is the day where I go through everything that I've warmed in my house throughout the last week and let you know where I warmed it, how it did in those rooms, so you might decide what might work well in your home. So today I've got warm reviews of all of the All Is Well collection, as well as a bunch of other kind of like random bars. So thank you also for, I guess, the response to my Chop and Chat last video. I did not expect that one to I didn't expect many people to watch that one, but a lot of you did. So thank you, and I hope that was enjoyable. Okay, so we will start with the bathrooms, and we're gonna start with the least favorites first. So we'll get that out of the way. Okay, this one wasn't too bad. This one this is Vitamin Soothe. This is from the All Is Well collection. I did 1 cube in each bathroom. This one was nice. This one on warm did well. Like, it was a good performer in the bathroom. It lasted a couple days, so that was good. Performance was good. The driftwood in here I really like, and the minerals I really like, but it is a very aquatic scent, and I'm just not big into those aquatic types of scents. As far as aquatic scents go, I do really like this one. For me, it's not a repurchase just because it isn't my typical go-to type of scent, and I can't imagine warming this anywhere besides the bathroom. So because I can't warm it anywhere besides the bathroom, just because it's so watery and aquatic, I probably won't get more, but I will enjoy the rest of this bar in the bathroom. So there is Vitamin Soothe. If you like those watery aquatic scents, or if you like driftwood notes, I would try this one. You will probably really like this. Again, I like it, it's just not one that I would reach for enough to justify getting more. Next one is my, I guess, dishonorable mention for the week. This one is Vitamin I Inhale. This is also from the All Is Well collection. This is the one that on cold I liked the least as well. And sometimes I'll give things a warm because sometimes on warm things improve and I like them a little bit better. So I hoped that would be the case with this, because on cold I kind of got like Irish Spring soap. My husband liked it more, but on cold it smells like Irish Spring. So I thought, let's put it in the warmer and see what happens. So I did 1 cube in a bathroom, and I liked it even less on warm, and that rarely happens. So what happened on warm was less of that fresh air note came out and more trees came out. And it was almost like a pine tree kind of note, in addition to some very like sharp greens, which might be the fern note in this. But you guys know how I feel about pine tree scents, and we're carrying them through to spring now apparently. So this one was like sharp greens in addition to pine. And like, as much as I dislike pine scents, I would prefer to warm any of the winter pine scents over this one. This one had a very soapy, Irish Spring soap, pine trees, choky type of feel to it. I did not care for it. I do not like this bar. This will probably go in my rejects bin because I do not see myself warming any more of this one. So that is Vitamin I Inhale. Who would like this one? The performance was good. So if you like the scent, performance was good. It was super strong out the gate, got 2 days out of it. So strong out the gate, I had to shut the warmer off for a little while and let it taper down before I turned it back on. It's strong, even with just the 1 cube. So if you want a strong performing, very green scent, and you're okay with a bit of soapiness, because I think that's what throws me here, is there's a distinct soapiness to it. And again, I can't imagine warming this anywhere besides the bathroom. So there's that one. If you're really into green scents and you like a bit of soapiness, you might be okay with this one. But overall, performance was good, but it was just not a scent for me. That one was a no thank you. The rest of the week went much better. So I also warmed Vitamin M Meditate in the office. I did 2 cubes in there, and this one was confusing. So it is like lavender, sandalwood, and nutmeg. And even on cold, okay, this is nicer warm than it is on cold. On cold, it's almost got a bit of like a sourness to it, and I think it's the lavender. Sometimes lavender notes can do that. But on warm, it was much prettier. The first 8 hours of this, I wasn't so sure. I didn't dislike it, but I wasn't sure what to make of it. It was just kind of like a sandalwoody lavender with something else. A little bit earthy. And it was pretty strong. Like, this like wafted out of the office. So the throw was pretty good. Performance was fairly strong out the gate. And this one lasted forever. This is the only thing I melted in that room this week. This one did at least 6 days. Because I might not have changed it I think it lasted 6 or 7 days. Like it was at least 6, it might have been 7. So that's vitamin M, Meditate. And it got better with time. So the first day I was like, I don't know what to think about this. Like this is just interesting. Then by day 2, I was like, oh, I really like this. And then as the week went on, it was just sort of a very soft, relaxing lavender sandalwood. I feel like the nutmeg or the sharpness died down and it became very powdery and soft, and I really liked it. So I could see doing this one in an open layout, a bedroom, an office, wherever you want, really. I think this scent has a lot of uses. You could use it in a lot of places. It's good performance. Overall, the first 8 hours was strange, but not bad. Just couldn't decide what I thought about it. And then after that, it was like 6 days of goodness. So that one was a winner for me. I'll probably get more of this. I don't know how often I would reach for this, but I do like it enough to have another couple bars of it. I don't know if it's club worthy or not, but I think I like it. I definitely like most of the warming of this. I don't love it on cold, and I don't love it that first 8 hours or so, but after that, I do quite like it. So there's that one. Then I did, in my daughter's room, Vitamin U Unwind. I also did this in our room. So I did 2 cubes in her room and 2 cubes in our room. This one lasted a pretty long time in her room, less long in our room. On cold, it's a very sweet floral. I almost get like bubblegum sweetness. And I feel like on warm, that bubblegummy sweet note came out more. So it became like a very like bubblegum sweet floral. And it was pretty and it was fresh and clean and I liked it, but I didn't love it. And it was the lightest of the 5 from the All Is Well collection, but it still did solidly. It was a medium, a light medium to a medium in both bedrooms. I think in her room it was more of a light medium, in our room it was more of a medium, but in her room it lasted longer, whereas in our room it died off quicker. But it was solid. Performance was not bad, it was average. And scent appeal for me is fine. It's fine. It's not one I would need tons of, but it's nice. I enjoy it. I wouldn't be sad to get another bar. I think you could warm this in many spaces. This would be pretty in a bathroom. It's pretty in the bedroom. It would be pretty in an office. I can't decide if you could do this in an open layout or not. You might be okay with an open layout if your open layout is smaller and there's no windows open and you don't have high ceilings. For a smaller open layout, it might be fine. It's nice. So there's Vitamin Unwind. It's a very sweet floral. So I don't get a ton of floral out of this even. Like, I think there's apple blossom. Yeah, you can get floral, but it's a very sweetened floral. So, I mean, yeah, sweet floral, pretty. The bubblegumminess kind of throws me. It doesn't really match the rest of the scent. It's fine. Next, in my daughter's room, we did With Grace. This was from the Glamorous You collection last summer. I had 2 cubes left, so we used that up. This was like peony. And there's some other powdery florals in there as well. If I had to guess, I would say maybe a bit of a rose. Maybe a bit of gardenia. It's powdery. I did find, when I warmed this one last summer, I found it very light. Like almost unsmellable. Whereas this time when I warmed it, it's been sitting for 6 months or so. It was much better. The performance on this was a solid medium. It lasted a couple days. You could smell it quite nicely. So this one, if you have this in your stash and weren't happy with the performance before when you first got it, pull it out now and see what you think, because this one did get stronger with time. So I was happy with the performance. It was a nice scent. I don't think that we need more of it, and I don't think we can get more of it now anyway. So it was fine, and it did improve with time. So there's that one. Lastly, in her room this week, we did 2 cubes of Together Forever. This is from the Valentine's Day trio. This one has, I think, freesia and like apple. It's got fruit notes, but it's mostly floral. Like, this is a floral scent. And this one is doing very nicely. This is still in her room. It's on day 3 and it's still plugging along quite nicely. So it's quite a long lasting, but not overly intense floral. If you want a soft floral that's pretty for a bedroom, this is a nice one. I found it's more floral the first day, and then it gets more of that apple-y note kind of comes out on day 2 and 3. It's really pretty. I wouldn't be unhappy to get more of this. I can't decide if I'm going to get more because I did warm this at the same time as Sweet But Fierce. This came out with the Glamorous You collection last summer. I warmed this one in our bedroom while I was warming this one, and I think I prefer the scent of Sweet But Fierce. So if I had to pick between the two, it would be Sweet But Fierce. So I did purchase one more bar of this on clearance. It is still available in the clearance section as I'm filming this. So I probably won't get more of Together Forever, but I do really enjoy the scent. I just prefer this one. So there's Together Forever. This one I think is the better performer of those two though. Yeah, so performance-wise, this one wins over this one. I just prefer the scent of this better, so there's that. And then again in our room, I did 2 cubes of this to finish my bar. I really liked it. It's a very sweet, almost violet-like. There's definitely sweetness here, like it's violet. And I can't figure out what else, but it's sweet, like sugar sweet, like sugared violets or something like that. Really enjoy it. Again, this one was super light when I first got it back in the summer. It's been sitting for a while now and it was much better now. So I think the Glamorous You collection improved with age. So if you have any of these bars sitting in your collection, pull them out and re-sniff them because you might be pleasantly surprised. Next up in the bedroom, I did Vitamin R, the Relax bar. This one is like amber and vanilla sugar and bergamot, I think. This one is so pretty. This is my favorite by far of the All Is Well collection. And I will say performance on all 5 bars was solid. Usually in a 5-bar collection, you'll have 1 or 2 strong ones, and a middle of the road 1 or 2, and then at least one that's like very, very light. All 5 in this collection were at least medium, with some of them tending towards more than that. And all 5 lasted at least an average amount of time. There was no super short performers in here, at least for my nose in my house. This one though, this one lasted like 4 days. I did not see that coming. And this one is so pretty because to my nose, this smells like pink haze, like that sugar sweet vanilla pinkness, but like warmed up by amber. Like the amber is not a perfumey amber. It's like, it's just warming it up a little bit. And the bergamot isn't a cologne like bergamot. The bergamot is like the bergamot you'd get in Earl Grey tea. This smells like very, very sugared, like liberally sugared Earl Grey tea. And it is my favorite. I love it. I love it so much. It is so good. It did amazing. The first few days of this, or the first couple days of this, were just like beautiful Earl Grey tea. The last day of this, like day 4, that all kind of wore down, and what you were left with was almost like the suede leather note from Graduation. So Graduation was a bar from last summer where it had like suede leather, vintage musk, and like apple. And this kind of reminded me of that on the last day. Like, I think if you could combine Pink Haze and Graduation, you would have something pretty close to Vitamin R. All I know is this is club worthy for me. I will be getting, this will probably stay in my club for a very long time. This is all I've ever wanted in a scent for so long. Like, I love Earl Grey tea, and I've always wanted a really good Earl Grey tea scent. And I've found other good Earl Grey tea scents from other vendors, but they don't perform. So this one performs amazingly. I think you could do this anywhere in your house. It might be light in an open layout, maybe, depending on the size, but love. My favorite. It's so good. Yeah, if you're gonna stick one bar in your club without trying the rest of them, have it be this one. It's so lovely. Then on to the open layout. I have Clementine Cupcake and Cutie Pie Cupcake here. So you can guess which set of bars won the Wax Wars. So those two you'll get in-depth reviews on Thursday. So we are doing an orange cupcake war this week. So thank you for your votes on that. I also finished a bar of pink sugarberry mint, and this is an older bar. And this is like pink sugar, like raspberries, like a hint of raspberry and like a hint of mint. I did this in the open layout, 6 cubes. And usually this one does really well. And this time it did okay, but not as well as it usually does. I think it might be an old bar. So I'm not sure. But yeah, it usually is a lot stronger than it was this time. But it was like kind of a one-dayer this time. And it was nice. Scent was the same. It's like a very pretty pink, sugary scent with just a tiny, tiny hint of mint. I love the scent. Performance this time was off for whatever reason. Then I did DUMBO Circus Parade. And I actually did 2 cubes of this in my daughter's room as well, now that I think about it. And then I did 6 cubes in the open layout. In the open layout, it was a good performer. So this one is, this reminds me of Tangerine Creamsicle. Like if you're familiar with Tangerine Creamsicle from the spring and summer catalog, it's like that, but more citrusy and a bit more zingy, almost like there's some lemon zest or something in there. It's also stronger and it lasts longer. And that could be because this bar has been sitting a while. So this bar was well cured, but performance was excellent. Love this scent. And if I had to put, I usually keep I usually keep Tangerine Creamsicle in my club over the winter. And if it comes down to it this year, I will probably just put DUMBO in my club and let Tangerine Creamsicle stay out of my club, because this one is even better in my opinion, and I love it. So this one is coming back out at the end of the month. We don't know specific dates yet, but when you can get your hands on this, I would recommend it. If you like fruity scents or citrus scents or sweet scents, this is all of those. It's a great performer, and I strongly recommend it. That is DUMBO Circus Parade. Next in the open layout, I did a mix. I had 1 sad cube of sugar cookie here, and I had 5 cubes of cashmere and corduroy. And I usually like to do 6 cubes for an open layout warm. So I did my 5 cubes of cashmere and corduroy, and then did 1 cube of sugar cookie in like one of the warmers. So we had 6 cubes total. I didn't smell the sugar cookie at all, just for the record. With 1 cube of this and 5 cubes of this, I couldn't smell the sugar cookie, which I didn't expect to, but that's okay. Cashmere and corduroy is, oh, this one's pretty. What is in here again? I'll put the notes below, but I think it's like a vanilla, soft, cozy, sweet, pretty scent. It's lovely. It's a good performer. This one is like, I would say on the strong side of my open layout, and it's usually pretty long lasting. It gets kind of a different tone to it after about 48 hours that I don't love. So I usually take it out at that point, but in this case, I had to take it out at 24 hours because I had to start the wax wars. So this one went very nicely for 24 hours. It was still a solid medium when I took it out, unfortunately. Made me sad because it's so pretty. But yeah, love this one. This one is in my club. I would think we're going to see this back in the fall. But if you like a feminine, kind of nice for not too bad for all year round. Like I think you could pull this off on a rainy summer day too. I think this could have stayed in the catalog all year round in my opinion. So there's that one. And last this week in the open layout, I did a full bar, 8 cubes of honey pear cider. So yesterday I was doing some slow cooker pulled pork, and I wanted something that wouldn't be like clashing with that scent because it smelled really good. So I thought honey pear cider was just what I felt like that day. So honey pear cider went in, and I know honey pear cider is a lighter performer for me. So I did all 8 cubes in 4 warmers. And this is such a pretty scent. It's like a slightly spiced, syrupy pear. It's lovely. Slightly spiced, syrupy pear, like a baked pear with like glaze. It's gorgeous. That being said, this one does not perform for me. So I remember this being very light. I remember it being a one-dayer before, even with 8 cubes. And it was like a light medium at its peak. And it was like a 12-hour kind of scent. Maybe less, like 10 to 12 hours. So performance on this one makes me so sad because this would be a favorite if it performed. I still have another bar of this. I like it and I will keep it, but it's not getting stronger with time. Like, let me, if you've tried this, let me know how performance was for you. Because, like, I don't know. For me, this is like not a scent I would warm anywhere besides the kitchen, living room, open layout. I wouldn't want this in my bedroom necessarily, or my office. So it's very much going to have to be an open layout scent for me, but it doesn't do well here. So I feel like this bar frustrates me because I love it, but it's not working for me, if that makes sense. Either way, it's no longer available, and I got this in clearance sometime last year, so I don't know if or when it will be available again, but lovely scent, can't get it to perform. And that is everything I've warmed this week. So thank you for watching, and stay tuned for Wax Wars this Thursday, and we will be doing the Clementine cupcakes. And at the end of that video, you'll be able to vote for the next Wax Wars for next week. So thank you guys so much. Hope you're having a good week. We will talk to you later. Bye-bye.